Traders at Access Bank expect investors to adopt a cautious stance ahead of a likely OMO auction today. Meanwhile, the Debt Management Office also gets set to conduct a 200 billion naira bond auction on Monday. Oluwatomiloba Kareem, Treasury Team Member at Access Bank, joins me now for more market movements. Tommy, thanks a lot for joining us on the show today. Let's start off with that point there, the likelihood of an OMO auction. Any announcement within that regard? What's the update?
Thank you, David. Thank you for having me. Like you mentioned, there's a likelihood of an OMO auction. We're not sure when it's going to happen because last auction happened on the 2nd of September. And since then, despite the very high level of system liquidity, we have not seen any OMO auction by the CBN. But after the outcome of the MPC meeting on Tuesday, where the rate was cut by 50 basis points, we expect that the CBN will come back into market to more public liquidity in the market. Market liquidity as of now is as high as 3.8 trillion. So, I mean, we expect that they will come in and at least take out some liquidity from the system.
And let's also touch a little bit around trading action as well, especially around the bond curve. We're seeing some heavy sell pressure, especially on the mid-tenor bonds. Walk us through the action here and what are the rates at this moment?
Okay, so like you mentioned, we've been seeing some sell-off in the bond space, particularly on the mid-tenor of the curve, the 2031, 2032s, and 2033s. Despite the very high level of system liquidity. So as on Monday, we saw some demand actually as on Monday, especially on the 2033s, which traded as low as 16.25%. However, post-auction, we started to see a bit of a sell-off, and we saw that also go yesterday and also in this. So last ones, 32s and 33s are the most actively offered in the market. The 2033s is 0.25% earlier in the week. So we just expect that this trend might just continue going into the bond auction scheduled for Monday.
And talking about the expectations for Monday as well, we know we have 200 billion naira on offer. Looking at the August 2030 reopening paper, that's the 5-year reopening paper, and then the June 2032 7-year reopening paper. Your take around the expectations, subscription levels, top rate, what should we expect?
So like you mentioned, right, there's an auction to be conducted by the Monday, 100 billion across the 2030s and 2032s. What we expect at that auction, we expect to see significant demand at that auction given the level of liquidity in the system. So I'll be looking at about 100 to 150 basis point decline from the last auction. At the last auction, the 20 and 2033s closed at 17.94% and 18% respectively. So I'll be looking at the 17% level at the auction by Monday.
And looking at the T-bill side of things, where are we also seeing the most active papers?
Yeah, the Treasury bills market has also been trading quite actively since Monday. We've seen activities on the OMO curve, the March to April OMO maturities. At Monday, they were trading around the 18.5% handle. However, post MPC, we got to see some sell-off, just like we're seeing in these papers trade about 10 to 15 basis points higher. Aside that, for the NTBs, most attention is on the September NTBs, which is the longer tenured NTB. The 3rd September and 17th September actively trading. They're around the 16.2%. And as of today, bid on those papers as high as 16.4%, while offers at 16.25%.
And for FX, where should we see the naira trade? We're seeing around 1,480, there are 87 thereabout. Where do you see the naira? A stronger naira, would you say?
Yeah, I would expect to see the naira continue appreciating, given the significant inflow of FPIs from FPIs. So the FPIs are bringing the dollars into the system to buy OMO bills, and we've seen that trend for time now. So given the that have been offered in market, we expect, so far it's still attractive to the FPIs, we expect them to continue to come into the market, supply dollar in the market, and continue to see that appreciation. Also alongside intervention by the CBN that has also helped to keep the rate stable. and
Fingers
appreciating.
crossed, Toby. We'll leave the conversation here for now. Thanks for your time. That is Oluwatomiloba Kareem, Treasury Team Member at Access Bank.